Hey there guys, Ben Trache here. Just coming back at you with another video, and we're going to be teaching you how to squat today. I got my friend Tom Patterson to give me a hand in teaching the form, the technique, and everything you kind of need to know for basics of learning a squat. Okay, so here are the initial steps to doing a squat. You see that he has his bar on his shoulders, unracks it very nice. In the top stance here, you can also see that his chest is up. He's slightly bent over, getting ready to do his squat. As he does his squat, he'll come down all the way into a nice low ass to grass, as they call it, stance. From here, you can see that his low pelvis is actually dipped in. This is called a lot of people call it a butt wink. Also, he still keeps that nice tall chest, his chin's up, he's watching himself in the mirror, and that bar continues to stay just 2 or 3 inches down from his trap muscle, the top of the trap muscle. Also, in another frame here, you'll be able to see his feet, but they're about shoulder width stance apart as he sits right down into that squat. When Tom comes back up here in a few seconds, you'll see that his bar pattern is straight up and straight down. The bar doesn't go left to right in the video. It goes nicely up and also continues nicely down. You want to see this so that you know that you're squatting evenly through each stance, as well as you have great weight distribution through each leg. This is a good indicator. Alright guys, here's a nice posterior view of Tom doing his squat. As you can see, he's up underneath his bar. He puts that bar under the trap like we had discussed before. And also, he unracks and steps back like you also saw before. I'm going to stop the video here and show you guys exactly his setup and stance. So right now you can see that the bar is nice and level on the on his back. You want to make sure your hands are also in an even stance on each side of the bar. His hips aren't kicked to left or right. His butt is slightly pushed towards the camera here, and he's bent over slightly as well. From here you can also see his stance is about shoulder width, maybe a bit more than shoulder width stance apart. As he continues his squat, he's going to dip down nice and slow here into that ass to grass squat, and you can really get a feel for that butt wink that I was talking about right in the bottom, right here. Perfect. As I talked about before, that's just a posterior tilt. When he's squatting, you also can see that he doesn't have weight distribution into one or the other foot. It's really nice weight distribution through both. And that's what you want to see in a squat. If you have weight distribution into your left or right foot, your hips are going to kick to one side. Typically because you're leaning more weight into that one foot, and it's going to be pushing through that leg a little bit more. So the biggest correction you guys can make for adjusting your squat to fix this is to just take your your hips and turn them from either left to right or right to left, depending on which weight distribution needs correcting. So if you're in your left foot a little bit more, your hips will most likely dip down into your left side. You want to turn your hips to the right, or bring your right hip forward, not moving your feet, but moving your hip forward, twisting through that core. And what that's going to do is create a nice straight line for yourself to look at. The other thing too is to watch in the mirror. You can make major corrections in the mirror with your squat. If you don't have a mirror, try and get a buddy to look at your squat for you and see if your hips are kicking at all, or if there's any kind of unsymmetrical things in your squat. So this is the last little bit that I want to show you guys. It's kind of from a back left camera view. You can really see Tom well in this manner, just because you can see the 90 degree, past 90 degrees, sorry, that he dips down into when he does his squat. I also scroll down a bit there at the camera to show you his foot stance. You can see that it's also that shoulder width stance, and Tom gets a really nice squat out there. He goes just past 90, and you can also see a really good portion of that butt wink that I was discussing with you guys before, right there. Well, that should just about wrap it up for everything, guys. Thank you very much for watching the video. I hope it was instructional for you. If you have any questions or concerns, please comment on the video, and we can get back to you and help you out in any way possible. Thanks again for watching.